Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. NFL Week 9 game picks. As you guys know, the NFL season is halfway point now. I think the bye week is actually the end of this week. I think on November the 5th, the bye week is here. So I mean not the bye week, the trade deadline is here. And the trade deadline, you know, we're gonna see a lot of different big time trades happen up to that time. You know, there's a lot of teams, team like the Jaguars, you know, team like the Titans. A lot of different teams that might be looking to say, hey, you know what? Let's start over. We got all these different pieces and different things happening, not going our way. Let's start over. So there might be some teams, you know, trading away some valuable people, valuable pieces to other teams and stuff to see things kind of heat up in the AFC, the NFC, you know, different divisions as well. We thought that big trade that the Jets did, I knew it wasn't going to help all their problems, but I think they'll at least be a little better. Losing to the Patriots, like, man, and you're seeing, of course, the Commanders get the big win. Of course, it's the Bears off of the tip Hail Mary. Everybody always say, bat the ball down. Now, sometimes you bet the ball down, it can still see miracles happen, but it's better to bat it down than bat it up where it's in the air for time for somebody to go out there and catch it. You know, Brown was in the perfect spot. And that one defender, I forgot his name, but the one that was on the Bears who was dancing and playing on the sideline, if he was over there in the right spot, maybe he could have interfered with it. Maybe he could have like disrupted pass deflection, a pass breakup or something. But he was over there playing and dancing around with the fans, and they scored a touchdown. So a lot of things happened that week. We've seen the Seattle Seahawks players fighting each other and all type of things that was happening. They was losing 24-3. They started imploding the sideline a little bit. So the season's heating up. You know, playoff time is about to start a little bit. Around week 12, you start seeing the playoff race pop up, and that's gonna be when people start like, hey, yeah, get your stuff together. So this week, the first game will be, of course, the Texans and the Jets. The Jets just can't catch a break. They should have beat the Patriots. They should have beat the Patriots. I know that they lost to the Steelers, of course. They wasn't gonna win the Steelers game, and then some other games they lost to as well, like the Bills. They wasn't gonna beat the Bills, of course. But this Texans game, they're not gonna win this one. They're not gonna win this game right here. It's a very tough game versus the Texans. Even though the Jets are at home, the Jets haven't shown me anything. Aaron Rodgers does not look the same. He moves very slow. I don't know if the Achilles injuries are still bothering him after he tore it last year, but he's also older, of course, as well. I guess the psychedelics he's taking are not working too good, but Aaron Rodgers just look bad out there. He just looked bad. You know, Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of this generation, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But right now in this moment, he's not even top 15, top 20 quarterback. He's playing absolutely horrible. Last year, the Jets was 4-4 at the half mark of the season with Zach Wilson. This year with Aaron Rodgers, the legend, you're 2-6. So people saying Zach Wilson was a problem. Now, he wasn't the answer, of course, but he looked better than what this is. I know the scheduling and the strength of schedule is different, of course, but I'm like, man, like you think with Aaron Rodgers here, then they added, once they added and pieces they added, it'll be good, the defense and stuff, but it just haven't looked good at all. The Jets just look absolutely horrible, and I'm picking Texans because of that. Falcons, Cowboys, they look kind of the same too. They look a little better than the Jets, of course, but they look kind of the same too in that boat of like, they didn't get better. In the offseason, they lost pieces, but they didn't add anybody. Usually when you lose pieces, you add pieces as well. They didn't add anybody, so they kept everything the same. And then now you look at their team, it looked a little like just look drained. This team don't look like empowering at all like that. You know, they can't run the ball effectively. Dak Prescott has turned the ball over at a higher rate. Last year, Dak Prescott finished second in MVP, and he was the second team All-Pro. He was All-Pro last year, two of the best quarterbacks in the league. You know, Lamar was first team, and he was second team. But this year, he's playing like a bottom feeder quarterback. I don't know what's happening. The interception, the timing between him and CeeDee Lamb is not there. And for that reason, I'm picking the Falcons to win this one. You got the Broncos and the Ravens. That should be a good game right there. The Broncos came along. They came along. They started off the season, you know, a little horrible, and then they kind of picked it up now, and they won with 5 of their last 6, and doing a good job and like stacking the wins up and going crazy. So I think the Broncos probably, they're on the road. They might could pull this one off, but I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, the Ravens. The Ravens, after losing to the Browns, that was right there was absolutely crazy. Losing to the Browns like that in that fashion. James Winston, you know, he's a solid quarterback. You know, he has moments here and there, of course. You know, he's very talented. Just the turnovers that kind of mess him up. But against the Browns right there, a Browns team that was wounded. They lost their starting quarterback, what might have helped them actually. And then they got the injuries. They're kind of like dreadful and stuff, and you kind of like lose to that Browns team. I don't think the Ravens overlooked them, was overconfident, but the Browns team came in there and beat them. So yeah, I think the Browns was at home. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was at home, but still, it's like a little crazy that the Ravens lose that game right there. You think the Ravens will win so they can stay on par with the Steelers versus the AFC North and try to balance some things out, but Yeah, they lost down right there. That was when they got away from them. If I said division games are very different. No matter what the record is, you play a division game, it can be very tough because that team knows you a lot, and the rivalry and the emotion that's drawn into those games. Dolphins and Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins look a little better against the Cardinals, of course, but still didn't win. And they playing the Buffalo Bills, and I don't know the last time they beat the Bills. It's been some years, so I think the Bills will win this one again. Saints, Panthers. I'm gonna say the Panthers in this one. Take Panthers in this one right here. Saints and Panthers. I think Saints have lost 6 straight games. They started off 2-0. Remember they scored like 90+ points. People were like, oh, this Saints thing going crazy. I was like, give it time. Give it time. The Saints do this all the time. You'll see Derek Carr here start off the season very hot. Last year, he started the season pretty good, and then they fall off. Now, Derek Carr has been playing, of course, because of the injury, but the Saints just don't look good like that. They look bad. They look very, very bad. And they lost to the Chargers, got beat down by them, only scored 8 points, I think. Got blown out by the Broncos, too, as well. They've been losing a lot of games. I think the Buccaneers put 50 on them as well, so the Saints just look absolutely horrible. So I'm going to take the Panthers in this one, who haven't looked that good either, but look a little better than the Saints. Raiders and Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. The Raiders could have won. Now, the last game played against the Chiefs, they had a chance to win that game. They blew a few play calls like that. You had the ball when you turned the ball over, and you're right there to goal line, and you went 4 and out. You went on 4th down and get it, turn around downs like that. The play call was a little weird right there in that spot. You took points at the board right there. That could have been 7 points. And then also see some phantom pass interferences that happened, and also some miscommunication, the things that happened too as well like that. You see some of the stuff that happened in the game. You're like, come on, Raiders. If you had to make a few plays, you could have actually won that game against the Chiefs. Now, against this game against the Bengals on the road, I just can't see the Raiders doing it, because in that moment right there, you think they'd be a game, okay, you have the Chiefs on the ropes. You keep it neck and neck. Find a way to win. They just kind of implode every single time they get an opportunity to take a leap forward. So I think the Bengals win this one. Chargers and Browns. Give me the Chargers. Chargers should win this one, I think. Commanders and Giants. Give me the Commanders. Patriots and Titans. Patriots. Bears and Cardinals. The Bears could easily be 5-3 right now if a few things went their way. A few things right there, like some coaching that went their way. So I would say the Bears team looked pretty good, because especially defense, of course. Cardinals look pretty solid as well. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bears in this one. Jaguars, Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles to win that one. Jaguars just look absolutely shot. You lost Christian Kirk now. Trevor Lawrence still haven't played good at all, really. And just don't look the same. Like I don't know what happened to the Jaguars. The past few years, they have not looked good at all. So I think Doug Peterson might be his last year here. I know he's a Super Bowl coach, and he got the Jaguars to the playoffs, and they won a playoff game a few years back. But the past 2 seasons have not been good for Jacksonville. The Rams and Seahawks. I'm gonna say the Seahawks. They need to bounce back in this one, especially after that last week loss to the Bills. They got to bounce back. Lions and Packers. That should be a good one. The Lions have been on a roll. 6-1. But I remember, like last time I took the Packers to win against the Texans. I'm taking the Packers this time. Something telling me on the road, the Packers are going to stop the momentum and make it interesting in the NFC North. Like, okay, Packers win this one, I think. Kind of like last year. Remember last year the Lions on the road, and that Thanksgiving game, Packers went into Detroit and beat the Lions like that too. So I think the Packers do it at home this time. Colts and Vikings. That's interesting. I know the Colts having a little problems, of course. Andrew Richardson is saying that he kind of tapped himself and got himself out the game when he got hurt. People say he got to show more toughness and things like that. I think he's a good player, got potential. Just got to stay consistent, got to find a way to pull it out. Sometimes it's very difficult like that. You see like some players who just need that extra experience. You know they have it, but it's just like, but do you want it? Because like the coach can't want it more than you. People around you can't want it more than you. And like, and we know you had a potential and the star power, but can you do it? It's like Gohan. Remember Gohan? They knew he had the ability to save the world, but like he pulled that out of him. He finally did, and saved the world. Like that. But can you do that? Like can Andrew Richardson pull that potential out of him and go out there and make magic? I think he can. He's 6'5", got the arm strength, got the speed, and you see it too. You see the talent there. You be like, okay, we see the talent. You see him go out there and make plays and win games, but then sometimes you see him getting consistent. So hopefully he can find a way to pull it all out. But in this game against the Vikings, it's going to be a very tough game. I don't know if he's going to be starting or going to be somebody else starting, Joe Flacco or somebody else starting like that. But I think the Vikings still win this one. Whoever's starting, the Vikings still win. Buccaneers and Chiefs. The Buccaneers have a good defense, but the Chiefs, for some reason, like I mentioned before, you got to beat them not only the Chiefs, but the refs and the Swifties. And that's a very hard combination to beat sometimes. So yeah, I think the Chiefs will win this one, probably be 8-0. They're not going undefeated though. I think somebody knock them off. My Steelers, we play them on Christmas. Somebody gonna knock them off. Somebody gonna get them. Like a team that has a good defense, good culture, and a team that kind of like have a pretty good offense that can rely on, a reliable team. You know, I don't think the Bills play the Chiefs this year, but somebody gonna knock them off a little bit. Chargers almost had them too as well. A few plays kind of messed up that right there. Cause a lot of their games, really, the Chiefs have been very close. A lot of games been close and close and close. Like even kind of like squeezing through. I think somebody gonna catch them. It's gonna be either a big time team or be a team that's kind of like an underdog team that might catch them off guard. But somebody gonna get them. I don't think this happened this week though. But yeah, this is my game picks for week 9. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave it down in the comment section down below what you guys think and what your game picks are as well, and your thoughts on the season so far. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.